What's up guys, Philip here bringing you another review, and today we're going to be checking out these HolyHigh True Wireless ET1 Sports Earbuds. Make sure y'all watch till the end to hear my pros and cons on what I think about these earbuds. So if you're not familiar with the company HolyHigh, they're pretty big on Amazon, and if you just type in wireless earbuds, there's a good chance that some of their products are going to pop up. And they're primarily in the business of making audio products. The ones we have here today are the sporty versions, and they're going to be good for things like running outside, going to the gym to do some workouts, or even swimming because of their waterproofness, which we'll cover a little bit later in the video. But for now, let's start this review off by checking out what was in the box when you receive the package. So in the box, you're going to receive the pair of earbuds, of course, the charging/storage case, a micro USB to USB-A charging cable, additional ear tip pieces. By default, the middle-sized ones are going to be installed, but it does come with smaller and larger ones. And a quick start guide that will show you how to use these earbuds, as well as how to use the shortcuts using the button on the earbuds. Now, my first impressions upon receiving these earbuds was that they were quite large. And to me, it was really different because I've never had a pair of sporty earbuds, and I quickly realized that they're actually not that large. They just appear a lot larger than they are because of the little ear hook here that gives you that better comfort and grip while doing sporty activities. So if you compare it to something like the Pixel Buds, I have the little case here. These things are significantly smaller than these. That's because these things aren't designed for sports and these are. Now in terms of the materials with these earbuds, the ear hook material here is made of a rubberized/silicone material, which lets it flex around and move on your ear a little bit. And then the piece that's not the ear hook, the earbud, it's made of a smooth finished plastic material. And the ear tips are made of a silicone material, which most ear tips are made of that material. So these things weigh in at 18 grams, and the Pixel Buds that I primarily use weigh 10 grams. And that's almost twice as heavy. But in reality, it's really not like that because these ear hooks, they kind of hang on your ear and they don't feel as heavy. So let's talk a little bit about how you can actually control your audio with these earbuds. So most earbuds out there have gestures where you kind of tap or double tap or swipe left and right to control your audio. But these, they have buttons. And with the button, I'll leave the controls on the screen here, but with the button, I found that it was a little more comfortable to use when doing sporty things, because when you're doing sporty things, your hands kind of get sweaty. It can't really be tedious with like little touch gestures, or at least for me, I found it to be like that. But with the button, it's a lot easier just to kind of click it and your sweat on your hands won't really get in the way. And with that being said, these things are IPX7, which basically means that you can submerge these in water for up to or no more than 1 meter. So you can pretty much go swimming with these, but I wouldn't go like deep diving, because if you go too deep, the water resistant seals are kind of gonna have a little bit too much pressure, and they could possibly break and mess up the technology inside of the earbuds. So the earbuds are pretty cool overall, and we're gonna cover the audio quality in a moment here, but let's talk about the case here. So the case is pretty big. Let me show you a size comparison between like the Pixel Buds here. So you can tell that these Pixel Buds are like a third of this, okay, twice as small pretty much. The Pixel Buds are pretty much the same size as the Apple AirPods Gen 2. And I wouldn't put these in my pocket with other accessories, like things like your car keys or your wallet, because it's gonna be a pretty tight fit. This thing is almost the size of a wallet, but imagine trying to stick 2 wallets in your pocket. It's gonna be really tight. So make sure you always have an empty pocket if you plan on being on the go with these earbuds. Now, the one thing I really did not like about this case was that it felt really cheap. I mean, here, let me give you a little knock test here. It's like, I don't know, the plastic just feels really cheap, and when you actually open the top lid of itself, it like, when you wobble it, it just kind of like wobbles, and I don't know, it feels really cheap. At least maybe I'm a little spoiled here, because my mains, as I said earlier, are the Pixel Buds, and man, these things feel so good. Like, you knock on them, I don't know, they just like such a refined product. But I'm not trying to compare these against those. Obviously, it's not a fair comparison because these cost $42 as of making this video, and these are pretty much 4 times the price of that. So it's really not a fair comparison. It's just from where I'm coming from. Now switching back to the earbuds, let's talk a little bit about the audio quality. So these things were good on the mids and the lows, and the highs, they were okay, I'll say. Not the best, but pretty good, I would say. So these things are gonna excel for things like rocky and rappy music, but if you're listening to a lot of light vocals or light piano sounds, I would look elsewhere. But the thing I really had an issue, actually it wasn't even that big of an issue, was that there is a hissing sound if your volume is kind of on the low side. And it's like this super subtle hiss, but if you turn your volume kind of to like a mid-level or a higher level, you're not going to notice that hiss so much. So it's really not an issue unless you're using these earbuds at a lower volume level. And the reason you might want to use these at a lower volume level is because maybe sometimes you want to hear other people around you speaking, and you have to turn the volume down, so that kind of makes sense. But what they do have is a thing called duo and single mode. And basically, if you just put one earbud back into the case, you're gonna have mono sound coming through one ear. So basically, it's not gonna feel like you're missing some sounds like left speaker, right speaker. It's all gonna go through one speaker. But if you pull out the other speaker, you're gonna have stereo sound where certain audios are going to the left ear and to the right ear. So that's kind of a cool feature if you kind of want to be speaking with someone and listening to music at the same time. Let's hop on the computer and I want to show you guys what the microphone quality actually sounds like. All right, so we're on the computer and we're going to be doing an audio quality test. So here we go. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. The audio is coming in through the right ear, which has a little hole on it. So let me know what y'all think of the audio quality down in the comments below. So now let's talk a little bit about battery life. If you charge the earbuds fully, they're gonna give you about 5 hours of listening time. And if you charge the case fully, they're gonna give you 30 hours of recharge time. And the recharge time, if you put the earbuds in the case, is gonna take you 2 hours to recharge from 0 to full. So in total, you're gonna have 35 hours of listening time. Pretty good, I would say. And then these are using Bluetooth 5.0, so it should be able to connect with the latest devices out there. And then the wireless range is gonna be 33 feet without any walls or barriers or anything like that. It's probably gonna be smaller if you have like a few walls in between, but you shouldn't have any connection issues overall. So are these earbuds worth picking up? Well, here are my pros and cons, and I'll start with the cons first and then end on a good note with the pros. So the things I did not like was, of course, the case. I kind of put a big emphasis on it earlier. Feels kind of cheap and flimsy, and it's large, but the largeness is kind of to be expected because of the ear hooks. The other thing I didn't like with the earbuds was if you're listening to it on low volume, it's gonna have a little hissing sound, but that's not really a deal breaker because for me at least, because I typically listen to my music on a mid and high level. And then the pros with these earbuds, definitely comfort, the biggest thing. These things are extremely comfortable. So when you're working out, swimming, whatever you're doing your thing, these things are gonna be comfortable. They're not gonna feel annoying or anything like that. Of course, the best thing I would say about these earbuds is the price. For $40, I think they're a pretty solid combo because of how comfortable they are and just all the things I mentioned earlier. With all that being said, if you're interested in picking up these earbuds, I'm gonna leave a link down in the description below pointing to Amazon. Feel free to scoop them up or just check out some more details on there. Also, if you wanna know what's happening in the tech world, make sure you click that subscribe button and I'll keep you on the loop on what's happening so you don't miss out a thing on some of the latest gadgets and things coming out there. Don't forget to like this video and leave your comments down below. Thanks for watching.